So as you guys are all eating food, everything is good and fine until some questions are asked, put into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Gunolf, what was that question again?
It was, since Olaf is here, now might be the time. If you don't mind, could you tell us about your time in the prison?
It was, please relive your trauma.
And then, yeah. So, I stop eating, and I kind of look at him, and then I look at Wolf, and I don't know. Everybody's sitting around, and I'm like, I don't know if you really want to hear about that. It's not pleasant.
And Wolf kind of, as you're sitting next to him, kind of puts an arm around you and just says, he kind of leans in and just to you says, you do not have to share anything with these people or me if you do not want to, little bird.
Okay. It's just, we're having an okay time right now.
An okay time?
We're having a good time right now, and I don't want to spoil it with everybody's gonna enjoy their meal, and I don't want to spoil it with that.
Indeed, this is a good brunch. This food is delicious. He wouldn't know compliments. He would just say, "You have done a fine job, Albus. I never knew that this," and as he kind of reaches into the ground and pulls up some dirt, there's grass in it. These things could be so good on the meat.
Oh, you can find ingredients all over. Not particularly those, but there are spices and herbs you can find in the forest. Things that you can combine together to make something tastier than just raw ingredients.
And he gives you like a good solid nod, and I would perhaps like to learn of this, although none of this exists where I come from. We do not have this, so I do not know if it will do me any good when I return home, but anything I can learn to have more meals like this would be good.
And then Albus just kind of goes, well, I could teach you the basics. That'll help you on your journey, and then you can kind of progress on your own way.
Own way?
Well, without my guidance.
Oh, okay.
And he just goes, yes, at some point, obviously, in the Heartwood, we would not have any of these herbs, you call them, spices. I do not know what these are, but
Well, I could give you some that you can use whenever you'd like. I have plenty extra.
This would be good. And I could make this here, yes?
You absolutely could.
This is good meat. This is good meat. Better than off the bone. And I do not say that lightly.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm always happy to hear compliments about my cooking.
What about you, Castro? Do you think the others back home, do you think they would enjoy this cooking?
I'm not really in a good mood anymore for some reason.
Oh,
I'm not really in a great mood right now.
Like in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Maya personally is fine.
Maya's like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah. It's different. No, Kestrel's not in a good mood anymore.
Oh, no.
She's like, yeah. I'm sure Ursir probably would like it. I don't know about anybody else. I'm gonna just keep eating.
Kestrel, did you tell Wolf about your progress with the sword? Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of pick up the wooden sword. You know, it's kind of next to me, and I'm like, I talked to him about you teaching me. I told him that you are skilled elder, very, competent with the sword, that you've been and done a great many things in your time. I haven't demonstrated or anything. I still probably need more practice. I haven't even, crossed blades with you, so there's not much to tell.
She did. She told me that you had taught her well.
Yeah, I mean, she's picking it up quick. We're early on, but I think she's doing great. So she's a natural.
She was always very smart, very cunning. This little Kestrel, and he gives you a little pat on the back.
Yeah,
Aw.
brotherly affection.
So sweet.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you.
And then so Steve, noticing that it's a little quiet, it's like, so tomorrow we're, I think, probably gonna set off again, continue making our way north, looking for what was the fucking brambles. Are you gonna be joining us, Wolf?
And he
I give him
sort
a
of
meaningful look.
and he goes, I do not know what these things are, but I can help. Sure.
I guess we can take a moment. We're traveling north because for a lot of reasons. And just to make this quick, I might just catch him up because I think Maya, you already kind of did tell him, like, we're looking into the tiger folk, and we're I don't know if Gunal's family was brought up directly, but so I may just kind of go
I did
into
not bring that up.
all of that, like why we're going north, not to rehash the whole conversation right now because we've all had it, but I would just kind of bring Wolf up to speed on why we're going north and kind of what the next steps are.
What this kind of does matter
Okay.
a bit how you phrase some of this. How do you describe like the reason for going north and how far north you're going and like why you're going to Casimir and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I would go-
What's Steve's particular way of articulating?
I would go
a lot of
full
this?
into detail on Casimir and the all the tiger folk like losing their minds, and we're gonna investigate. And I would talk about Don Laika talking to Gunal's family basically to get some more leads. I don't know if I would bother bringing up the book and all of that quite yet at this moment. I think that's plenty, those two major things.
Okay.
Would you bring up the bounty at all? The reason
And
for
the
killing
bounty, and the
Brambles?
bram-
Not killing
yeah.
the Brambles, but
Yeah, definitely that.
not killing the Brambles explicitly.
Oh, yes. And that's probably like the first thing I might say why we're going. And then on the way, we also picked up a bounty to get some money and things like that because we're going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
And he certainly got questions. He'd be like, and what is a bounty? It is a lot of things. A great many.
I would let Kestrel explain because Steve doesn't know what you already explained about money or not. And
So I'll just kind of say, do you remember when I was telling you about stealing and how they live in these like grove-like communities where they exchange things for shinies?
Yes, they care for
So-
their trinkets and they trade their trinkets. Yes.
Yeah. So we are going to get the flowers off of the brambles so that we can exchange them for shinies, so that we can then purchase other things.
You will
with
have
those
trinkets to
shinies.
trade with other
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
I think I understand how this works.
Yes.
So, what are these flowers and where do you get them from?
I guess I could explain in my own kestrel way.
He
Yeah.
was asking the group. It wasn't just
He was, but nobody spoke up, so I'll do it.
Sorry.
So we're the way I was explained. They're like big cow things, but they got plants on them, and you can't kill them. Otherwise, the flowers don't have healing properties or something. So that's what the flowers do, and we're trying to take them off the brambles without killing them. So
Yeah, so we have to be like stealth, like a little bit sneaky because we don't want them to run away, and we also don't want to use too much force to get
Yeah.
the brand.
Stalking them on a hut, yeah, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Good word.
I believe I know these things you speak of. I have seen them on my travels here. They are like moving, and he kind of reaches up to the pile of dirt that he had, and he kind of gets some of the grass. They are like this. They are not meat. Yes,
Mhm.
they are. Yes, I have seen them. I know of what you speak. The flowers on their back, they glow a particular way. They give off light when the moon is high in the sky. I know of these things.
If you've seen them,
you are
maybe
looking for them.
you can help us find them. Then we looked one day and didn't have any success yet.
I know of where some are. Yes, I saw them just the other night.
Oh,
Great.
Great.
can you lead us back there tomorrow?
Yes, I can easily do this. Yes,
Great. Oh, that's awesome news.
and he gives a good nod and looks to Kestrel like I'm being helpful.
I did it.
yeah, I kind of lean in and I'll just say, just try to rein it in a bit and keep your instinct in check. Don't kill them, maybe.
And he kind of gives you. He's like, I will not look a fool in front of your friends.
All right.
I assume everybody's just about finished with their meals, right?
Yeah, everyone's chow down their hand.
Then Gunolf will actually get up and clean everything up and just quietly, just like self-reflective of maybe I shouldn't have brought this up at this moment.
Oh.
Yeah, just tanked the mood.
I would say thank you, Gunolf, when you take my plate.
Mm-hmm.
I give him a quiet thank you.
Do you, Gunolf, you want some help?
Not a word, and he just turns.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna help Gunolf. We're gonna clean some dishes. We'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't force you to talk. I know what's going on, but I'll just be around you, and we will clean together.
Right.
Yeah.
So, are we? This is Maya asking. Are we planning on just blowing our day?
That was my question as well. Yeah, it's like the 9:30 in the morning.
it's
We
like
could maybe
noon.
set out still.
This is brunch. Remember?
Yeah,
brunch.
yeah,
So,
I did say tomorrow. Maybe I meant like later today. Really? Why
That's it.
not?
Probably be fine.
This question
Well,
how
the
far
next question.
Wolf might have thought they
Yeah.
were. Like, are they reachable today? You know, that might matter. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll just ask him honestly. So, for the bounty thing, how far were the brambles from here? Like, how much of the day would it take to reach them?
And he goes, well, why don't I, come, let me, we'll check some of the tracks I found. And he kind of goes to stand up,
Okay.
and kind of gives you a pat to come follow him.
I do.
So he kind of walks off over, kind of back towards the forested clearing where you guys were, and as he kind of crouches down, and there's no tracks or anything anywhere, and yeah, he just goes, I notice your friends, they ask questions you do not want to answer, Kestrel. Do they pry where they should not? Or is this... He let you talk.
It's not that they shouldn't ask, it's just not a happy topic. I don't know what you think happened in there, or if you felt any of it through the bond, but there were many years where life was nothing but pain, and I don't need to bring that up when everybody is just starting to get along. I just wanted there to be peace at the time, and I'm happy to. I'm not happy, but I'm willing to talk about it. Just I don't need to ruin, our meal, our morning. I don't need to bring that up then. But I'd tell you if you want to know. I'd tell you. I'd tell them. I didn't think then was a good time for it, And
he nods, and he says, when you were taken from us, there were feelings. We did not know what was happening, but we did know that you lived. And it was unfortunate. It was painful, not knowing what was hurting you, and knowing we could do little to help. But we took solace in knowing that you were alive and in each other's company. I see your pack mates, they try to be there for you as well. They cannot know the bond the way that we do, but they try as best they can. So maybe try to find the words, and when you are ready, share it with them. I think it may make you feel better.
Maybe it would make me feel better, but maybe it wouldn't. Maybe I like the fact that I am not in pain all the time. Maybe I like to see the sun. Maybe I like all the new smells on the air and collecting shiny things and learning to read and wielding a sword. And I don't want to think about all that anymore because life is nice now. And it doesn't have to be bad anymore. I'm willing to tell them, and I'd tell you, but why spoil such a beautiful thing with such ugly memories? I didn't see a point, so it just I chose not to. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you now. I just didn't think brunch was the time to do it.
Maybe not now then. When you are ready.
I will think, and then I will share later tonight. Okay? How's that?
He nods.
Give me some time to think and prepare.
And he says, You are stronger than most, little bird. And he kind of pulls you in and gives you a hug.
I
Oh.
give him a very, very tight hug back. You know?
That's so cute.
Yeah. And I cry. And I cry quite a bit, actually, because I'm so glad you're here. I haven't felt safe in so long. And I'm glad you're here. And we don't have to be apart anymore. And when this is done, we can go home. Okay?
And he kind of pulls you away. He nods and he goes, "There will come a time for us to discuss that, Kestrel." And he kind of wipes some of the tears from your eyes. And he goes, "I am so glad to see you again. I had so much fear all these years. All the different... I imagined so many things that could have happened to you. The people that could have taken you, that could be hurting you even now. It warms my soul to see that you are surrounded by people who care. It is good. It is good to be wrong about this."
Why do you say it like that? Like you're leaving me in their hands.
I look at what you have here, Kestrel. It is good. It is... I think it is fated. I do not know all of your friends' stories, but they were there. They were there when you needed them, and they have helped you get this far against a foe that I cannot fight the way that you and them can. The Heartwood needs me, Kestrel.
Whoa, what are you saying? What do you mean by that?
I will help you here as long as I can, but Kestrel, you seek to fight curiosity in a place it's not for me.
But you can. We share the bond too.
I know.
You are part of my circle. You are. So you can't leave me again.
Kestrel,
That's not
no.
fair. That's not okay.
And he pulls you in and he hugs you again. And he goes, "Kestrel, I'll never leave you. I've never left you this whole time. Please. Please don't cry."
But you can't make me choose.
Choose.
Between my home and doing what's right. You can't make me choose that.
And he kind of pulls you off of him and holds you on both of your shoulders and looks you in the eye. "Kestrel, there's no choice. Your home is with you always. We will always be with you. We always have been. You are us. You are my strength out here. I've seen it now. You've proven that. But you also have grandfather's wisdom, father's kindness, mother's cunning. You are all of us out here. You are doing good. You are defending the grove in ways I have not. My failures led to you being here. They may lead to others suffering. You mentioned something. You said the grove was in danger. You have told me tales of curiosity and what it is doing out here. The grove must be warned. It must be rallied. It must be protected. That is what I am here for. I am the chief hunter of the grove. Its security, its protection is my responsibility. But you, little Kestrel, You've an eye for detail. You see things that I could never see. You are here where you should be. You are us. You bring the Heartwood with you wherever you go. You will never be without us.
I'm just not ready to say goodbye again. So you'll stay with me a while, right?
And he gives you a nod. Of course. We have some plants to steal from. Yes.
Yeah.
So many new things that I admit I do not understand.
And you'll come with us to Casimir, right?
He nods. He goes, I will see what I can do.
Okay.
But, Kestrel, if what you and your friends say is true, this champion you fight, it may not be a battle for me. You bested me. If there is to be...
I had 6 people versus you, the strongest hunter who could fell behemoths from ancient times. I am not you. I'm just a little girl, man. I can't do what you can do. I need your help. Please, just...
And he kind of smiles a little bit. And he kind of chuckles. Even, it seems like he doesn't intend to, but... Kestrel, I am not alone when I fight. I have worked hard to build myself allies that can fight with me in the Grove. You just spoke so highly of them, of my own friends, the spirits that travel with me. I am many. You out here, your pack mates, you are many as well. But your allies, they suit your foe. That is good. That is good. You say you are small and little, but do you mean to tell me that Wolf, the great hunter, was bested by a mere little girl? And he gives you a look.
You were bested by a little girl and her friends.
And that is what makes you a little girl no longer, Kestrel. You may be my little sister, but I see a hunter of the Heartgrove before me, with a pack suited for her foe. Do you hear me?
I hear you. I don't want to listen, though.
Then perhaps there's still some growing to do. I will stay with you until such a time. Yes? Okay. These creatures your friend spoke of, they are perhaps a half a day's walk, at least in these forms. That way. And he kind of motions over to the west. They
Half
may
a day?
worry if... Half a day. They may worry if we stay away too long.
All right. Well, I give him another hug.
He hugs you back.
Okay. Let's go back.
And he stands up and walks back with you. So they've been out there a while, a little
Mhm.
bit. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
What have you guys been up to?
The dishes.
Okay, yeah.
Gunnel's just gonna turn to Steve. Is like, am I just a fucking idiot?
No. Look, your heart was in the right place, right? And I think when the time is right, I think it'll be good for her to be able to vent and unload about all of that. Maybe just we'll get her. You can talk to her like a one-on-one, maybe a little bit, and ease her into it. Make sure she's ready. She maybe just felt a little bit ambushed, right? So these are the things you're gonna learn about communicating and all of that. I don't think you have anything to beat yourself up over on, though.
Well, I just thought that everybody here needed to know, and what a better time than, when we're all here. But
I also suspect it's not even entirely your fault. I think she feels like going into it would bring down our moods, would be a burden on us, and she didn't want to do that. Now, she should know that that would not be the case. We're here for her, and we want to support her, but just these are the typical growing pains of a group. Again, I wouldn't take it too hard on yourself. We'll ease her in, and if you have that talk just person to person, I think that'll be a good first step. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
She knows you care. Just give her a little bit of space, and then, when the time is right, I think if you just let her know you didn't mean anything by it, and she knows, but that'll mend it all right up.
I hope so. I mean, maybe I'm not the best with time or timing. I mean, I constantly feel like I'm rushed and I have things to do while I can. So maybe that's the little bit of growing that I need to do.
Yeah, finding compromise in feeling that you need to be rushed, but also meeting others where they're at. It's a fine line. It's a hard, it's a tightrope walk, but I think it'll get easier as we spend more time together.
All right. Well, didn't answer my question though. That I am a fucking idiot.
No, I did. I said you're not. I said definitely not. Far from it. Again, you're the smartest person I know, but I know that's not what you mean. As far as that other stuff, the social aspect, live and learn, right? Nobody's perfect. I'm an old man, and I still make plenty of mistakes. I would say daily, in fact. So all I can do is...
One might say an elder.
I guess that's the word of the day, yeah. I'm trying to get used to that. You don't really see yourself as old until everyone around you starts calling you an elder. Kind of a wake-up call.
Have you tried shaving your beard? Maybe that'll do some wonders.
I don't know. I think the wrinkles you would see more. Not everybody can pull it off, like a certain someone.
Named Doug.
I had a good friend in the old world. His name was Doug.
No, maybe a goatee, feeling the goatee,
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we get to a barber in the next town, and I'll see what they.
I happen to know one.
You do? Who?
Hold on. I actually wrote this down. Believe it or not, I actually wrote this down. Oh yeah. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it in the other chat. Yeah, her name's Peggy.
Where does she
Just a
live?
random
She's
fucking lady
in
named
Dunlaika. Her
Peggy.
name's Peggy.
Oh, Dunlaika. Oh. Well, maybe I'll see.
Yeah.
When the gray starts outweighing the black of the beard, I think it's probably time. It's for a change.
You know what? Yeah, maybe we'll visit Peggy in Dunlaika. That'd be a fun little trip.
All right, I'll see what she recommends. I'm going to take your advice. Don't ruin my beard. It's one of the only things I have left going for me.
You got it, dude. Thank you.
Of course, my friend. Okay, well, that's dishes.
Mm-hmm.
That's dishes. Is anybody else doing anything while they're doing the dishes?
Maybe we can get propane.
I'm just
and
packing up the rest of the food that was left over.
Okay.
While he is, Roz will chime in for once. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Who
Say.
could it be?
Yeah, no. Now that some of the people she's not happy with at the moment are gone, she'll say, "Well, Albus, you continue to impress."
I do?
Well, I mean, you've been reliable for us, and you keep us doing much better than just basic rations, but anytime you have a chance to cook for someone else, they're impressed too, whether they're someone who's familiar with cooking or someone who's never had it.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I have a passion for the culinary arts. It's complementary to what I've been taught as a warrior, and it just feels right.
Well, I know you've talked in our travels a bit just about feeling out of place with your own people, so hopefully the chance to flex these muscles has been a good one on our journey.
They always are, and I'm always happy to feed my friends with the food that we gather together and we are provided.
I just think very quietly you deserve a lot of the credit for this ragtag group coming together as quickly as it has. You give them something to bond over, to share a meal, to come together in a way that we might have struggled to otherwise. So I just don't want that to be lost on you.
You're here. I'm not there.
You're not there.
But I agree.
Here, you're not here.
Everyone's just screaming for
So we all have a blood bond, except.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Food can be often a bonding form, and I've always tried to pride myself on that. So it's very nice to hear. Thank you.
I don't know. I just feel like been a tough couple of days, so I just wanted you to know. You haven't had it any easier than any of us. None of us have had an easy time of it, but where we're headed,
The more and more we get closer to Cosmer, the deeper that pit in my stomach feels.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm worried about too. I don't know what we're gonna find there, and to be honest, I don't know what I want to find. I'm hoping that there are survivors. I'm hoping that we can find friendly faces, as long as they're of the right mind. And so I don't. I wish I had an outcome that was clear, just to go, yeah, we'll go there and everything will be fine. But I'm just hoping for whatever's best, I guess.
Unfortunately, friendly faces are not something that I am not expecting to arrive to. I didn't leave necessarily on the best of terms, and I'm just hoping that even if there's no one there, I'll gain some sort of semblance of ownership of where I came from.
Well, I'm hoping for the best as well. I don't know. It's we're all almost outcasts in our own way. Different backgrounds and different reasons for it, but we all have kind of been on our own for any number of reasons. Our little group has been traveling for a few weeks now, but still, I don't know. I did not expect things to go this way, and now for yourself and myself, I just hope that we get through it okay.
We may be outcasts, but we found each other.
True, and we can make something of it going forward. Whatever our pasts are, we have an opportunity to hopefully do some good, not just for ourselves, but others. There's a lot of people out there who need help. I keep coming back to what we've done the last couple days, and as bad as it's been for us, you see so many other people that are at risk if this continues down this road. It's much bigger than just the six of us, but all we can do is what we can.
And I feel a sense of obligation to help them.
So do I.
There's something inside of me that just tells me that they need our help.
Honestly, it's not that different from... There's an orphanage where I come from, where I try and help as much as I can. I'm not saying the people of this world are children, just that there are a lot of people that are defenseless and don't know where to turn. If we can chip in with that in any way whatsoever, then whatever the hell we've been going through might be worth it.
We'll do it together. We'll get through it together.
And sorry, I didn't want to spoil it, but Sharp was there too.
Well, I was figuring you might chime in at some point. I was damn close to being like, "Isn't that right, Sharp?" But I
No,
didn't want to just
I
hoist you
know.
into it.
I was like, no, good, no. So yeah,
You can go for it. Go for it.
And there's
Please
dogs
do.
barking. It's a whole thing. The whole thing is
Oh,
happening.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gus is making sure he's.
I was gonna say I heard
your
another
guys'
dog, but it
yeah, I
wasn't-
think I heard Gus too.
It was Gus.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, it's
Gus. It was Gus.
But no, sorry, yeah. I guess in all of that, Sharp does like agree, and also she would want to like reassure you, Albus, that like, you know, whatever happens in Casimir will like we won't abandon you, like we'll stand by your side, and like you'll still have us as those familiar faces if all else fails.
Albus nods to you and says that, well, he'll need his friends in the most trying time of my life. I don't know what I'm going to expect there, but having you all with me seems to make everything easier.
That's what friends are for.
And now everyone comes back to the campfire at a convenient
Yeah.
time.
Yay!
There it
I
is.
show up, you know.
Except for Steve. Steve is gone.
Steve
Yeah.
is tending
died.
to his puppies.
Steve died.
Died of old age.
Yeah.
Elder Steve.
Surprising
He
no
brought
one.
his heart medication. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I come back with Wolf probably,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
and
Maybe
He's a
eyes a little
red-
puppy. Yeah.
face is a little
Aw.
splotchy.
Little puppy.
Kind of wiping it, you know, trying to just get the stragglers, you know.
Did you
Stupid
guys
tears.
find any of the tracks?
Yeah. They're a half a day's journey that way.
Great.
Yeah.
I guess we can leave it up to the group on if we want to do that today or just take a chill
Well, we
day.
can knock out. Oh, shit. Internet.
I think,
no.
Oh, Doug's a little glitchy.
Yeah, Doug's a little glitchy.
No, his beautiful face.
Which is funny because he's in the same house as Jason, but
Yeah. But Jason's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, Doug.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
I'm,
no.
I'm back.
oh,
Okay.
It's catching up. Yeah, it's
Um,
catching up.
I'm honestly just gonna interject and say, I think getting on the road would do us some good.
Okay.
So, yeah. Why don't just instead of sitting around, why don't we go? You know?
I think that
Oh,
sounds
good
great.
idea. I can help lead the way.
We
Thank
do
you.
have the cart, so
Oh, we do. That's right.
the cart might knock out half of that trip.
half a
Yep.
day.
Forgot about
Mhm.
that.
Anti half a day.
Only if the two
Really?
hot, muscly guys are pulling it.
Yeah. Well, don't we have horses?
I was gonna say, we talk about the
No.
horses.
The
Yeah.
horses will ride in the back of the cart.
Oh, we know that. That's what
Horse
Maisie
folk.
would be talking about.
Maisie's like, are they Clydesdales? Ooh.
Okay.
So, yeah, I assume everyone will start packing things up, getting
Yeah.
ready to travel for the day. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I mean, yeah, I don't know how much we want to skip, how much you guys would like to discuss on the journey, but it will be quicker with the horses and the carriage. It's not a road. He's definitely taking you off the beaten path, so it's not really made for carts or for horses, but thankfully it's the plains, so like it's not the worst. It's not like there's rocks everywhere and you're gonna, Oregon Trail yourself into a ravine or something.
Yeah.
Dysentery.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's not like easy going as much as some of the other paths are. But it will knock it off. It's probably, I don't know, a couple hours away, probably. Maybe 3-4, depending on the path. it's not like and Wolf will point this out. He knows where they were, maybe not necessarily where they are currently.
Oh,
where he
that's
saw
fair.
them last. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for me to try to do some reading studying on our little journey?
We're trying to sneak in.
I think
some
you mean
rest
sword
activities.
fight reading.
Sword fight reading. How am I supposed to do that on a cart? Is my
It's,
question.
it's training your balance too.
Especially
Okay.
this kind of travel.
Jason, did I happen to get any ingredients from that? Foraging and gathering and all that stuff.
Sounds like we're trying to do some rest activities.
GM,
Not
did
during
get
the
an
night.
impression that you guys
Hey,
can give out
Jason.
whenever you
What
want
if your whole
to.
day is a rest activity?
Jason, would you say that we helped Wolf?
Are you trying to say he's one of the locals? Are you trying to say he's a local?
He understands other creatures, and also we helped him out and cohabitation and all of that.
Is this you're
No.
trying to get your
He's
class
eating
bonus?
shit.
Jason, would you
I'm trying
say
to
that
get
we
my-
leveled up
my
to third?
inventory points back.
I would not say that he counts. I don't think you being able to
he
get
coexist with other creatures. It says coexist with other creatures.
no more than he did prior.
Well, he's coexisting with us right now.
That's not how
I just
that
want
works.
to
I
read on
mean,
the cart, man.
Coexisting with some.
He's lasted like 3 hours with you guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Coexisting. In some states, that's
true.
fucking legal marriage or whatever. Co-law marriage. What the fuck am I
Civil
saying?
union?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cohabitation together.
Yeah, 3 hours. It's a lot
I
of
feel like I
time.
got an answer to my question.
You didn't.
So the
You
answer
sure didn't.
is, if you would like to read, you can, but I'm not gonna let you guys like
Yeah.
I can't
Try
advance
to
my progress.
squeeze a fucking like rest activity out of this.
I'm not squeezing a rest activity because I don't want to learn to protect anything, and I don't want to get any of Rosalind's skills or get any benefits other than advancing my ability to read.
Okay. If you want to practice reading,
It's
that
reading
is
for reading's sake, Jason. What better
fine.
thing is there?
I will allow reading.
I'm reading
for
so I can learn
sake.
to read. That's it.
Okay, I'll allow it.
And food.
It has flavor purposes, Jason. It's a flavor fucking thing that I'm doing. It has no other purpose.
So what
Oh my
you're
God,
telling? So,
are you reading a cookbook? Yeah, it's for flavor.
It's for
Oh.
flavor.
well, now I'm taking it back. Now you can't.
Good.
Hell?
Put your foot down.
Can I get
So,
food?
I don't know why you were asking, other than yes, of course. If you would like to look over your stuff, you can. That's totally fine.
Cool. But like, if I put a point in my progress bar for doing it,
There it is.
that's
Yes,
what that
I'll
is.
let
What
you-
I
Well,
There
make
you
your
go.
check. Make your check.
Make a check. Make a check. Make a check. Let's get on the road first, and then I'll make a check. You know,
Okay.
Well-
I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
make sure that my teacher is amicable to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we make a travel roll?
No, I would not make a travel roll.
It's a quarter
I
of
don't
his
think
pay.
you're not doing a day's travel.
Okay.
Unless you want to get robbed by like bandits along the way.
Ooh. Test out our new skills.
We have the potential of finding something cool if we roll a 1.
Peter just
I
wants
mean,
food.
Finding something cool will be.
That's okay. I'll wait.
Oh,
Okay. Kestrel.
Yeah,
Insight. and
I said I was
insight.
gonna wait until we were on the road because I didn't know who my teacher was. That was it.
Okay, so clickety clack, you guys are on the road.
Peter's
Yeah,
hanging
yeah,
off
it's-
the side trying to grab some fucking mushrooms or something.
Okay, make me a single check. Well, you ate everything earlier, so like, are you trying to forage again, or are you trying to? Do you mean
I
like?
was just
did you have
asking
extras?
if I actually got some food. Because we,
Tell you what.
I mean, I assume we didn't eat everything, so
It's actually true. You may add like the boar,
Ooh.
the plains boar.
Okay.
That you can add a plains boar.
Nice.
one.
God, among 6 of you, did you eat a whole boar?
There were 3.
There were 3. Well,
boars.
I'm trying to see if you ate one whole boar or 2 whole boars. You got some big
Fine.
guys in your group.
How
Gotcha.
many boars do you think you could eat, Jason? Sorry, this is derailing.
I don't know. How much could I eat? Not as much as Albus. That's what I'm thinking.
I could probably
You know what I'm
eat
saying?
like a whole leg of one leg for myself is probably pretty doable.
A lot of meat on boar.
Yeah. So I'm thinking you have. So you have two. So you have two boars.
Okay.
Okay.
Two plains boars. Not
Are we gonna get that
plain
as
boar, but
two-
plains.
Is that going to be
Umami?
jerky, Peter? Do you think?
It can be.
Oh, I mean, you do your thing. I didn't know.
It sure can be.
Yeah, it's not like salty or sour or.
Yeah, it's definitely umami.
Yeah. Yeah.
More umami flavor.
And then maybe one sweet for the honey.
I think you. I'm gonna say that you probably used up all the honey. It was
Shit.
not a big beehive.
What
to begin
about
with.
what about the berries though? There are probably some leftover berries, right?
How many reading points would you say the berries give?
Just got a nickel and dime me for every single thing. You got
Jason, I
2
have
points-
11 ingredients.
Jason, I have not asked you to mug one passerby.
Please.
Once I run out of
Jason, let us
ingredients,
roll.
useless.
Let us roll
I
to
am-
figure this out and then spend Fabula points.
Ooh, yeah.
Holy Lord.
He's
I will
getting
use any
beat.
opportunity to get more ingredients.
He's getting beat.
So you got 2 plains boar. That's what you got.
Okay.
And well, I don't know what's Steve's demeanor for this teaching session
Steve's
here.
not teaching me. Rosalind
Oh,
is.
yeah, that's
so I was
Rosalind.
gonna
Okay.
go over to Rosalind and
Okay.
cop a squat
Okay. You
on
may
the
talk.
cart that's rickety rocketing right now. Okay.
We're all
Yeah.
rickety rocketing. We're all
Yeah.
traveling. Who's driving, huh?
I don't know who's driving.
Not
Gunolf, are you
I
driving?
can.
There you
Yes.
go.
Okay, I'll be up front with Gunnel.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Good
You guys are driving. I got my ABCs of Chroma, and I go over to Roz, and I'm like, "Hi, Rosalind. I just thought, with all the time that we're gonna be spending traveling, it'd be a good time for some learning. If you're okay with that."
Sure. But are you all right?
What a question.
It wasn't too hard to see that you were bothered when you came back. I like to think I pay attention to the folks in our group, but I also don't think it was super hard to see.
You, yeah, very observant. And kind of quiet recently, but, I just, we had a conversation, him and I, and he's not gonna be able to stay with me, forever. And I didn't really like hearing that, because I'm not ready to say goodbye anytime soon. So, yeah, I just it's a lot. Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm sorry I hit your brother, although I'm not sorry for why I did it.
I'm not mad at you. I hit him a lot too during the fight, so it's not like he can't take a hit. But I don't know. I feel like, what would you do, Rosalind, if your sister came to you just now and said, "Well, you're coming home with me, and all this stuff you're doing here, you have to drop it right now"? I mean, what would you do?
Oof, heavy question.
You know, a few days ago, I would have done it. Even though I like the group of us and the people that make it up and what we learned about each other and how we've traveled so far, a few days ago I would have said, this is what I've been waiting years for. So, sure, absolutely. Not that tied to the others, but we've been through a hell of a lot these last few days. And I've also learned a lot. Before, it was really just trying to find her so we could be together again. But even without knowing what has happened to her and what hold the flesh curse could have on her, or if she's even still alive, There's more to it than just her and I now. And as unfair as it is, I think you, well, I already told you, you might be the most important person for trying to stop whatever Curiosity is doing and make it so the people of this world have a place where they can live with their own families and friends. So I wouldn't tell you just to stick with us if you didn't want to. If you really want to leave with Wolf, you should, because if you're here and you're not happy, you're not going to be helping anyone. But you're already worried about saying goodbye, and you've only been reunited for a couple of hours. Our travels are going to take us several days, and I know several days is a drop in the ocean compared to the years you haven't had him. So the only thing I would tell you is, if Neravine came back, I would make the most out of every minute I had, however long it was.
Maybe I'm just not as emotionally mature, but for some reason, just trying to savor the time I have doesn't feel like enough.
Never does.
Yeah. So I know our ways can feel strange to you all sometimes, but I am glad that I have a brother that would cross boundaries that no other of our grove has crossed just to get me back. I am glad that I have that. And I think maybe Neravine is glad that she has a sister that would be willing to do that for her too. And maybe you can understand maybe part of what he feels. I mean, maybe you wouldn't, beat Neravine to come home, but maybe you understand the passion, the emotion behind it.
I do. To be honest, the thought has crossed my mind after what we saw with Myru. There may be no more person prone to Curiosity's influence than Neravine. And I thought to myself, if she is no longer recognizable to me, or if she doesn't recognize me anymore, would I be willing to take the steps like you just did with Wolf? And the answer is 100% yes. Not that I wouldn't have doubts or reservations, not that it wouldn't be hard, but if there was a chance to beat some sense into her, I would take it. It's why I haven't been so harsh with him since after the fight cooled down, because it does seem like he's willing to see things from your perspective. It does seem like it's obvious he cares. If he had still been adamant about well, you've beaten me, but you're still coming with me or this or that, I might still be livid with him, but I think two things. One, he obviously wants to protect you, and two, your ways are different than what I'm used to. So I'm trying to give him a little bit more tolerance.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate you trying to understand. I do. Because he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad man. He's a very good man. It's just goes about it differently. Okay?
If in the short time he's with us, hopefully as long as it can be for you, we can direct that towards our own enemies, fantastic. We are short on allies, and the list of things that we have to do and problems we have to face is long. So I certainly won't turn down the help, especially if it's in service of you and not in opposition.
He's coming to help. He's thinks that we could handle it or should handle it on our own a little bit because it was a challenge given to me and not him. And I understand where he comes from with that a little. It's very important to a warrior to face your own challenges on your own. But he'll come because he's part of my pack, whether he thinks so right now or not. So
even if he can't stay, even if he has his own responsibilities elsewhere, you could call on him again. You have a unique bond. You know where the two of each other are. If you were really in danger or if there was something that we couldn't face alone, it doesn't mean it's goodbye forever.
Oh, I know that, but years of pain. Finally see him again. It's hard to let go.
I understand. That's why I'm not trying to be too harsh about it. And you went through a lot more than I did in the waiting for him. And what I put myself through, a lot of it was by, well, not choice. That's not the right word, but despair drove me to do some things that I'm not especially proud of. But those were still self-inflicted wounds. You faced something different, which is why if you're not comfortable talking about it, you shouldn't.
It's not. It's just it wasn't. I really value the beauty and the happiness that I've been able to experience since being freed, and I do not want to spoil or ruin those beautiful things with sad memories. But I am willing to talk about it. It just wasn't a good time then. We were happy. We were trying to be, and I don't want to ruin that. You know?
Well, we wanted one brunch to go normal, right?
Yes. So we had a normal brunch, and I think that's better than having to hear about pain and torture and years of being trapped behind 4 stone walls. I don't think you want to hear that while you're eating and chatting and laughing. It's not the time. But I would tell you.
Then I would
It's
just
it wasn't the time.
I would just tell Gunoff as much the next time you see him. I don't think he meant anything by the timing, but every now and then Gunoff is a very good person overall, but I think sometimes he says things before he thinks them through. I think this was one of those times. So when you're ready, and if you are willing to share, that's brave of you, then do so, but know that I don't think he was trying to put pressure on you.
I'm not angry at him. I'm not angry at him at all. My feelings were because I have to live with that for the rest of my life. And if I have to think about it, it's going to feel bad. So it's not his fault that I was taken against my will as a child. It's just, I don't feel like I need to explain this to you. You're a smart person.
Sometimes. Look, I mean,
I think you're very smart.
The pain of that's never going to fully go away, but I'm hoping, it seems like there's a spark in you the more we've traveled from just interacting with us and getting to see the world. So the only thing I'll say is what I said before. I don't know how much time you'll have with Wolf. As much as you can, try not to mope during it. Because the only thing you're going to regret more than him leaving is not spending the time with him while you had it.
How dare you be so right? She sighs because she is intelligent enough to recognize the wisdom in what you say. So she's like, okay, you're right. Thank you for that, by the way. Maybe we could talk about your trauma someday. And she gives a fake laugh and says, but not right now. Why don't we just do some reading,
Well, I thought this might happen, so I did a little bit of preparation, and this is where she can pull out the sheets that she made the night before with her rest activity that are essentially like a quick little primer on some of the letters and like a word associated with one. We'd made it so we don't have to go back into it, but it's effectively giving a +4 to this next check on your progress with reading.
Yay! Okay.
We are.
And now I get to roll some dice, Jason.
We
because
are.
I did the vibe check.
For the record, we're 0-2 on normal brunch, though. So far.
We are 0 for 2 on brunches going swell. Yeah.
Well,
It wasn't. Hold on. It was a normal. It was okay.
Well, comparatively to the previous brunch,
Okay.
yeah, it was great. But
yeah, the bar was on the floor, and we did step over it. But
yeah.
now we also the one that was like the farewell one was kind of like a right between brunch and lunch. It was a half a brunch.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
That's kinda
and that was
true.
pretue That was
That,
good.
that one went pretty
actually.
well.
That
Okay.
was just all good.
So we're 1 for 3 on brunch, which is still far too low.
Yeah.
But-
1 for 3. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. You never want those odds for brunches in life.
You're right.
Huh?
Right.
Huh?
Less than 500 on brunch. That's not good.
Mhm.
Okay. What am I rolling? Is it insight? Willpower?
Insight. I think insight.
Insight. I love that check because it's my best stat.
Oh well. No.
So,
Well.
Fabulous.
well, plus 4 in my check. Plus 4 in my check.
Ooh,
Also,
okay.
somebody give me a Fabula point.
I can give you one.
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm not sure that's how it is
Spend a
either.
Fabula point to assist me on this check.
Oh, I dropped it on the ground. Oh no.
You forged up a Fabula point.
Oh goodness. I'm so clumsy.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like a 9.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's a 9. Which I don't.
Come on, Jason. Somebody spend a Fabula point.
You can no, you can't spend a Fabula point to
I
invoke a
spent
bond
mine.
either.
I have a bond with you.
Yeah, you gonna come over and help me read?
Yeah, does
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
want to help this poor girl read?
Help
other
me
than the plus
read!
4 that has
Helping
already
drive.
happened?
Okay.
Well, why don't you, Kestrel?
Drive.
How about this? Why don't you ask a question of like what you need help, and we can figure out like who is best suited to help.
Yeah, sure. I'll be like, so I don't understand. This one, you said it's like B as in bear, and this one's D as in dog. I was gonna say Douglas.
It's Doug.
Just
It's
Doug.
It's
Just
just
Doug.
Doug
But
now.
it's like,
D isn't just Doug.
but I don't understand which one's the B and which one's the D. Is it just because one of them's flipped? But this one's a P and it's just upside down. So I don't understand, like, why? Which one? Why is it like that? Why is reading so hard? Sorry, I don't have a good
Well,
intelligent question.
because if it was a pea and it's a pear, that's a fruit. So a bee and a
What?
bear is different than a pea pear.
What's a pear?
A pear is like a soft, like an apple, but a little less tart
Crunchy.
and a little softer.
Is it how? Puh.
Puh,
Duh.
pear,
Puh. Oh.
bee,
Okay.
bear. And then what was
How
the other
do-
letter you said?
D.
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 Dare. Like I dare you to spell
better.
this word correctly.
What does dare mean?
Yeah.
Dare. I dare. You know dare. We've mentioned dare.
Have we?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
like-
Wow, okay.
Like when you're daring,
Like, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
dare. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can dare someone to do something, or you can be daring, which is bold and courageous, like
Well,
a
I know
hero.
that one.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I go.
So the different letters,
Daring.
you can see why they're different now. They sound similar,
Yeah.
but when
Yeah.
you place them in front of a word, it can be completely different meaning.
Yeah. And then I write bear, but it was dare, except for with a B. Like, did I do this one right?
So you spelled bear, I think, as in someone, if something is like not wearing clothes, they're bare, or something's
Oh.
uncovered.
That's that naked.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe that was a bad example on my part. Something just is not covered; it's bare.
Okay. And then I go back and I erase it because I assume I have an eraser. And then I put
Yeah.
a P instead.
Well, I mean, Rawls will be able to tell you all this stuff, but the bear, B-E-A-R, that's the animal, and B-A-R-E is when something is uncovered, not covered.
This is
Okay.
why the bears do not wear clothes.
Oh, the bears are bare.
Yes.
I get it. All right. Steve, you gonna assist me?
Yeah, he assists you because he's the English master.
Give me the assistance.
You need to make that roll, bro.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, do a double insight check. See if you can beat 10.
Just wait till we
Come
have to
on, man.
introduce.
Okay, but I totally mechanically I'm totally with you. But if I don't know the difference between bear and bear, I'm gonna be
It's how well you have been able to articulate
explain it.
that.
Okay, good.
Unless you roll 1, in which case.
Right, if you roll double 1, then you have also gotten confused.
Great,
now.
great.
You're wondering if it's called bear because they're not wearing clothes.
Steve has
Yeah.
forgotten the English
You
language.
said insight and what?
Insight.
Insight
Double
and insight.
Double
Great.
insight.
Just wait till we get to introduce Kestrel to like OUGH words.
Yeah.
Bow,
Oh no.
cough,
Oh.
dough, rough,
Come on.
through.
Yeah, my last one.
Roll the 6.
Roll the fabulous
Roll the
point.
You might
That's
as
what
well.
this is all about, you know?
No, you just
Damn.
you just re-roll
Reroll
the 1.
the D6.
Just re-roll the 1d6.
Oh, okay.
Because you had a
Oh,
6 on 1.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, I know how to do this. I just have to pull up that.
Yeah, and just click the 1.
Over
Shoot,
on
there
the
it is.
Left side, click on the dice.
Slash R space
Or you can do
D8? 6.
1. Or 6,
Six.
yeah.
D1. Oh, no.
Hey,
Wow,
there we
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a critical success.
It's a
That's a
critical,
double-
it's
that's
a
a
critical
double-
success
yeah, it's a
now.
double-
Damn. I know my bears and my bears.
Man, you teach me words so good.
Okay, that is
Uh,
a extra point on your reading.
Fuck
And-
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Does he get an opportunity?
Actually, sure. You do get an opportunity. We'll give you an opportunity.
You gotta fight the book.
We drive off a cliff.
Make someone in our own party do an embarrassing admission.
Gosh, what should you be? What should you do here? Create a bond, and or add an emotion to an existing bond.
I've been sad when we have not taken the opportunity to like change the plot, but I feel like critical helping reading is not the time to drastically alter the plot. So I'll just go bond. I'll keep it simple.
Okay.
What bond are you making?
I'm gonna bond with Kestrel.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you know.
You sure you don't want to just drop something random from the
With the
plot? and
cart.
suddenly-
Bond with Wolf
The
because I
horror-
see he seems to be
Oh.
leaning toward Albus, and I'm like, what about me?
yeah, because you really like that guy.
Yeah.
So, Steve?
Bond 1.
Steve likes-
Bond 2. Oh, so you can only go up to 3. Is that how you 3 bonds with somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
that's
maximum.
how that. So I'm gonna go. You don't have to go in order of like the. Can you do like 2 admiration, or does that not make any sense?
No.
No, you
It has to be
can't.
something different.
Yeah.
You would. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. You could also, in theory, like it says, earns someone's support or admiration, like as like a favor.
No,
You
no,
could
no.
use this for like Wolf. You could be like, actually, Wolf sees how fucking cool we are. Now he owes us one or something like that. Like, if you'd prefer, instead of a bond.
Well,
A
he's
bond's
already.
gonna give you something long term, but
Yeah, he's already staying with it. If he was like, I'm leaving tonight, then maybe I'd do that. I'm just gonna go like loyalty. Like, look at us bonding. We're really building something here.
It's cool. Steve doesn't like me though. So.
is that?
I don't
who's
like
that?
Kestrel?
Loyalty?
I like.
Well, that's what the affection thing. That's what the affection thing means.
Oh, well, no, I do. I just, affection.
Not that much.
Affection is like that's
No,
such a strong word. Affection,
Is it?
Yeah.
It's made by an Italian person. You know, there's some things lost in translation.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason, I
Okay.
have a
If
question.
affection is just like we're cool, we're friends.
Fucking
I'll go with affection. I'm gonna make my second one affection.
yeah.
Assume it just means some level of caring towards him.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I've not looked up the definition of affection in fucking
Not since I played Persona 4.
No, I mean, it doesn't mean that. It just, I feel like the connotation of like someone has affection for somebody, it's normally like
a gentle feeling of fondness or liking.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a gentle fondness or liking of Kestrel?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, there you go.
Cool.
Like normally I wouldn't be like, oh, I have great affection for Peter. I just be like, Peter's
Well, it's just
a
because
very good friend of mine.
It's because you're not manly enough, you know.
You don't like Peter?
I do like Peter.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh, I've known that for a while.
He has something more than affection.
Woo!
Jason, I had a
Man.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you make when you make a bond, does it have to be because of that direct interaction? Like, could he have made a bond with Gunnolf since he bonded with him doing the dishes?
You usually want to flavor it around what you're doing.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. For example, like, as long as you can make it work, it could make sense. You might say that, like, this interaction reminds you that you guys are like a family, and that makes you think that maybe Gunnolf is feeling like he doesn't belong, and so you want to make sure that you can help Gunnolf feel like he belongs in this family, and thus you have like a loyalty to him. Like, as long as you can extrapolate out how the interaction fits into the bigger picture, that's fine. But like, I don't know, you don't want to crit when you're fighting a red dragon to be like, actually, I have a strong affection for Broccoli Town. Back at, like, make it make sense somehow.
Yeah,
like,
That's fair.
It'd be like him helping Kestrel with her reading and then making a bond with Inquisitor Yin.
yeah. Like, that's a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, it
yeah,
happened like a half hour ago that they were cleaning dishes. So I was wondering if there's like a time or like whatever.
No, I think it has to be related in some way to that action, but you can stretch it a little. Like I could have been like, wow, teaching Kestrel reminds me how hard this must be for Roz, and I have so much respect for her and all of that. And so that's a way to...
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's collaborative storytelling, so it's a vehicle for it. As long as we can make sense of it, it's not super hard and fast rules.
Okie dokie.